development in terms of economic
Ayan
growth,
na.
infrastructure.
O eto mga kadunatics, ewan ko kung maawa ako or hindi. Pero talagang kung tingnan mo si Bongbong Marcos, nakakaawa na ngayon mga kadunatics. You know, sometimes most of the time mga kadunatics, yung nangyari sa atin dahil sa pinaggagawa natin. Consequence ng ating mga pinaggagawa. What you sow is what you reap mga kadunatics. Talagang parang inaani na ni BBM ngayon yung mga nangyayari, yung mga pinagagawa nila mga kadunatics sa administrasyon. Nakakaawa. Oh, tingnan mo naman, tulo ang sipon ni Bongbong Marcos during sa speech niya dito mga kadunatics sa United Nation gatherings, I'm not mistaken. Nakakaawa mga kadunatics. Panoorin natin. At ito, yung sinabi ni Senator Marcoleta, parang napansin ko si Soto parang ayaw niyang maniwala mga kadunatics. Kahit sinabi naman ng presidente na ayun talaga, word for word mga kadunatics. Pero itong si Soto, ay napaka-loyal talaga sa presidente. At isa na namang Ilocano mga kadunatics, ha? Can you imagine? Sumumpa sa PDP laban. Nako, itinakwil na ng mga Ilocano itong si Bongbong Marcos. Ito, panoorin natin mga kadunatics. Maiksing presentasyon ni Bongbong Marcos sa, if I'm not mistaken, United Nation sa Amerika. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go. United Nation. Ayan. Nagsalita na si Pangulong Marcos.
Thank you, Madam Chair,
dito
Mr. Secretary General, Excellencies, distinguished delegates. It is certainly an honor to address the 70th session of the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women on behalf of the people of the Philippines.
Grabe no, ang layo ng, tingnan nyo ang itsura ni BBM ngayon mga kadunatics. Ang layo-layo nung nakaraang buwan sa ngayon. Ewan ko anong nangyari. Pero humayat talaga siya masyado mga kadunatics. Sobrang payat at nangunot. See?
We gather here to discuss what is, in truth, one of the most fundamental measures of a nation's progress, the status of its women. We often speak of development in terms of economic growth, infrastructure, development in terms of economic growth, infrastructure, technology, or trade. But there is a simpler and more human measure. How are the women doing? If women are educated, safe, able to work, able to lead, able to decide the course of their own lives, then the society is moving forward. If they are not, then no level of prosperity can truly be called progress. In the Philippines, we are proud to say that we have long believed that empowering women is not mere
Andiyan pala si Lisa Marcos. Ay nako mga kadunatics. Andiyan pala si Lisa.
a matter of fairness. It is a cornerstone of nation building. Filipino women have always stood at the center of our national life as leaders in government and business, as innovators, educators, health workers, entrepreneurs, and as a steady strength within families and communities. Their contributions continue to shape our democracy, our economy, and our national character. Our country has worked consistently to translate this belief into policy, strengthening protections for women, expanding opportunities for education and employment, and promoting women's leadership across all sectors of society. But even as we take pride in this progress, we recognize that the journey towards full equality, both in our country and around the world, is far from complete. Across many societies, women still face barriers that limit their opportunities. Too many continue to experience discrimination and violence. Too many girls are still denied the education that will allow them to shape their own futures. And that is why the work of this commission remains as vital today as it was 70 years ago. Education must remain at the center of all our efforts. When a girl is educated, the benefits extend far beyond the individual. They strengthen families, uplift communities, and expand the possibilities of entire nations. Economic empowerment is equally essential. Women must have access to employment, to finance, to entrepreneurship, and to leadership. Societies that fully include women in
Huwag kayong ma-excite mga loyalista. May teleprompter yan. May binabasa.
economic life are not only more just, they are stronger, they are more resilient. And we must remain united in confronting violence against women in all its forms. Violence erodes dignity, weakens communities, and undermines the very foundations of our justice. But beyond laws and institutions, we must also address the attitudes and assumptions that continue to limit women's roles in many parts of the world. True equality requires not only policy change, but cultural change. Excellencies, the world today faces many challenges: conflict, climate change, economic uncertainty, and rapid technological transformation. But there is one principle that remains beyond question. We cannot hope to solve the great challenges of our time if half of our humanity is excluded from shaping those solutions. Women must be present wherever decisions are made, in government, in business, in science, in diplomacy, and in peace building. The Philippines stands ready to work with all nations to advance this cause. Because when women rise, societies rise with them. When women lead, nations move forward. And when every girl, no matter where she is born, can stand with confidence and say that her future is truly her own, and then we will know that we have built not only a more equal world, but a better one for all of humanity. Thank you and mabuhay.
Okay, mga kadonatics, ano sa tingin nyo? Well, anyway, at least na-perform nyo yung task niya mga kadonatics despite sa kanyang nararamdaman. Talagang may sakit siya no? Tumulo yung sipon niya. At buti na lang hindi siya nag-stutter dito mga kadonatics, na bubulol. Maganda yung study ng script niya mga kadonatics. Well, anyway, sana man lang mga kadonatics, itong si Bongbong Marcos, maging matino na mga kadonatics. Maging matino na. May potential sana. Kung hindi na i-influensyahan ng maghahaman ng politiko around him mga kadonatics. Pero wala eh. Nagpasulsol. Kaya eto, Marcoleta, Senator Marcoleta, remind him once again mga kadonatics sa speech na to. Ay nako, si Soto parang ayaw niyang maniwala mga kadonatics. Talagang si Soto napaka-loyal na tuta. Ay mga kadonatics, panoorin natin.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues,
Ang mga
I rise
walang
today on a matter of personal and collective privilege. Mahiya naman kayo.
Okay.
These are the very exact words uttered by the President 8 months ago.
Di ba?
Yes, Mr. President. 8 buwan na mula nang tumambad sa sambayanang Pilipino at sa buong mundo ang malawakang anomalya at korupsyon sa likod ng mga flood control projects.
You know what mga kadonatics? I hate it when they said, Mr. President. Tapos yung statement nila, bakit? Si Soto yung presidente dyan mga kadonatics. Parang, walang pakialam itong si Soto dyan, si School Bukol. Walang pakialam sa mga sinasabi ni Senator Marcoleta. Kahit gaano pa yan katibay yung ebidensya or ka-truthful, walang pakialam ang mga kalyado ni Marcos dyan. Kahit ilang trilyon na swing na wala mga kadonatics.
Pagkatapos ng 8 buwan, natukoy na ba kung sino ang mga walang hiya?
Di ba?
Since the first Blue Ribbon hearing last August 19, 2025, the public has watched closely, anticipating the outcome of our inquiries and investigations.
Alam nyo ba, natahimik na sila ngayon mga kadonatics. Media are not talking about this anymore. Ang Malacanang, ang ICI, wala na. Yung in-establish ni Bongbong Marcos na mag-imbestiga daw. Pero wala na. Sana yung walang hiya niya. Sana yung sa SONA, magaling talaga mambudol itong si BBM. Tapos pagkatapos niyan mga kadonatics yung pinagsasabi niya, kakalimutan niya agad after few months.
The demand for transparency and accountability did not subside. It has only grown louder. Despite the increasing public clamor for transparency and accountability, we are stuck in a maze of indecision and complacency, waiting for a report that has long been overdue. Mr. President, as early as December of last year, the minority submitted its observations, findings, and recommendations based on the initial 6 public hearings of the Blue Ribbon Committee and labeled it a minority report for lack of a better term. Let me be clear, it was not intended to disrespect the committee nor the Senate as a body. Fully aware of the hearings on the flood control anomalies that had not concluded, and in the absence of a committee report, the public has long been waiting. The report was not filed with the bills and index, but coursed through the office of the Senate President, hoping for proper disposition. The minority report was initiated out of our solemn duty to the Filipino people who were eagerly awaiting and demanding for the Senate's decisive action on the nationwide flood control scandal. Our intention was clear from the outset: to uncover the truth, hold people accountable, and propose legislative measures that will finally dismantle the deeply entrenched corruption that characterize our infrastructure projects.
8 months na.
Ladies and gentlemen of this chamber, the people have waited long enough. It has been 7 months since the first Blue Ribbon hearing. For far too long, the public have been agitated, disgusted, and tormented by the thought that more than 1 trillion pesos have been openly looted from the National Treasury. Yet to this day, no one has been held accountable except for the small fry.
Oh, tingnan Soto. Tingnan nyo mukha ni Sotong. Oh. Parang kinamumuhian niya si Senator Marcoleta for speaking the truth. No? Tingnan nyo naman mga kadonatics. Wala, di ba? Kawawa. 8 months na pala mga kadonatics. No? Nung sinabi niya na mahiya naman kayo. Saan ngayon? December niya, nung Disyembre, sinabi niya mga kadonatics, may magpapasko sa kulungan. Sino? Diskaya ang mag-isa? Mga kadonatics, this is not cool. This is not cool. Not cool at all. Panoorin natin tong video ng isang Ilocano mga kadonatics leader na talagang kumambyo na. Umalis na. Kay Bongbong Marcos, wala nang tiwala ang mga Ilocano eh. Ayan mga kadonatics, Partido Demokratiko Pilipinas, PDP, laban yan. Ayan.
Oath-taking ceremony. I'd like to thank you for coming over and about to witness the oath-taking of one of our staunch supporters, a committed leader, a public servant who is based in Region 2, or specifically, he hails from Tuguegarao City. So, let me share to you, my dear friends, my dear colleagues in PDP, his background. He was a vice mayor of Tuguegarao City way back 2013.
Vice
And
Mayor.
he also supported and participated as one of the Duterte campaign teams, a parallel group based in Region 2 way back 2016, supported former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte during the campaign trail. And he was appointed way back 2017 as the President of the Development Academy of the Philippines. Right now, he is currently the lead facilitator and training advisor of the Office of the Vice President. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very fortunate that this person has joined PDP and expressed his full commitment and support to the party. I know that this person, this fine gentleman, who happens also to be a lawyer, can really provide a very significant contributions to the party itself. His influence, not only being a good public servant, but a community leader, could really spark a big difference in the coming years. Especially that we're about to roll out our support to Vice President Sara this coming 2028.
Ooh.
He is a lawyer, as mentioned a while ago, a very well-trained facilitator, an educator, and at the same time, a person who really believes the principles, not only believe, but also embrace the principles of our party. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you our oath taker. He will be taking his oath as the regional president for Region 2 of the Partido Democrático Pilipino. Attorney Engelbert Jojo Carola.
Ayan, may I request Vice Chairman and Acting Chairman of PDP to come in front. To come in front, please, to administer the oath. To administer the oath of office to Attorney Engelbert Carolan as the Regional Council President for Region 2. May I request, of course, the officers of the party who are present. Number one, of course, ang aming Vice President for the International Affairs who comes from Luzon as well, Attorney Lambino. Our Arbitration Committee Chairperson, Attorney Pogi, you're the one.
Mga kadunatics.
Jimmy Bondo.
Ayan na.
Attorney Yvette Contacto, former Undersecretary Penny Belmonte, former Commissioner, asan si Raymar Mansiluman? Ka-Raymar, come over here. Ayan, to witness the oath-taking of Attorney Engelbert. And of course, ipapawitness din namin our incoming Council President for Pasay City, who will soon take their oath also. And the incoming also Secretary General
Parang si Bini
of
mo sa
Pasay
dahin.
City, Mong Tolentino. Okay, dito kayo, witness kayo ngayon. Next, pag-oath nila, witness na rin sila. Ayan. Spreading forward nila. And of course, ang aming Executive Director.
Pinakalag sa likod. Ma'am.
My honor, one is terms. So, say it on the stage name. Okay. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I, Engelbert Carolan,
Having been appointed
as
as the Regional Council President of Region 2
the Regional Council President of Region 2
of the Partido Democrático Pilipino,
of the Partido Democrático Pilipino,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to abide by and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines
to abide by and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines
and of the party,
and of the party,
keep faith in and put in practice
to keep faith in and put into practice
the 5 basic principles of PDP
the 5 basic principles of PDP
and the basic objective of federalism,
and the basic objective of federalism,
to perform my duties to the best of my abilities and capabilities,
to perform my duties to the best of my abilities and capabilities,
without fear or favor,
without fear or favor,
with the aiming view of furthering the objectives of the party
with the aiming view of furthering the objectives of the party
and advancing the interests of the community to which it is dedicated,
and advancing the interests of the community to which it is dedicated,
and to conduct myself in a manner befitting a good and true PDP,
and to conduct myself in a manner befitting a good and true PDP,
so as to bring honor and prestige to the party.
so as to bring honor and prestige to the party.
And I take this pledge without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
That I take this pledge without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, and of course, sige, teka, congratulate mo muna. And,
Congratulations, ha?
Sekal, Kaal,
Congratulations.
pakibigay naman ng ating, for the ceremonial pinning to our Regional Council President for Region 2. Congratulations! And welcome to the roster of officers of the Partido.
Sayang to si Jimmy Bundok at saka si Atty. Lombino, mga kadonatics, hindi nanalo pagka-senador. Ewan ko ha, bakit kaya na nanalo yung iba, mga kadonatics? Ay, alam na natin. I mean, powered by Comelec Garcia. Grabe, kakaiba. Nakapasok si Kiko at si Bam Aquino. Shaking my head, my honest.
Ayan, okay. Officials, pakikamayan naman ang ating bagong kami mong kamay. Ayan, bago natin ang signing of the let us hear a word of acceptance, of course, from our Council President, former Development Academy of the Philippines President. Ang dami nitong pinagdaanan sa gobyerno, kaya sigurado tayo na ang Region 2 ay magiging mas malakas para sa PDP. Please welcome once again, Ka Engelbert Carona.
So, Region 2 na yan, sa Tugigaraw.
Magandang hapon po sa kanila lahat. Unang-una gusto ko magpasalamat sa PDP for entrusting to me Region 2. Napakalaking lugar po ang Region 2 at napakalawak po nito. And I will try my best po na to advocate for and palawakin yung samahan natin sa Region 2. Alam po, hindi po lingid sa kalaman na lahat na siguro for purposes of PDP, isa na yung region na yun ang pinakamahirap na lugar. But definitely, I will try my best. I think, hindi naman po mahirap, no? Kasi may malinaw naman tayong purpose, meron tayong malinaw na objective. I think yun lang naman ang hinihingi ng mga tao, no? Something that would clarify to them what are our purposes. Nakikita naman nila yung bagay na yun. And we have a leader na they can trust. I think yun ang very critical sa susunod na mga political exercise. It's a question naman ng trust. A question kung sino yung partido na pwede pagkatiwalaan. A question kung sino yung leader na dapat pagkatiwalaan. So, we need not articulate so many things. They only need to look at us, to look at our leaders, and I think we will be able to convince more people. So, thank you.
Agyan! Agyan!
So yun po mga officers, tatawagan ko kayo ulit dito to witness the ceremonial signing of the appointment papers and the oath of office ni Attorney Engelbert. Kawali and Gabong, please witness.
Tingin kayo, talagang pipirmahan ko.
Yes! Please. And picture. Okay nga ron? Okay na ganyan. Okay nga ron?
Alright. Hi.
Ngayon naman po ay hinanuna natin ng mensaheng paalala. Mensaheng paalala para kay Engelbert. Ano bang tawag ko sa'yo, Bert? Engelbert.
Partido Demokratiko Pilipino. At siyempre yung bago nating kasama sa PDP si Attorney Jojo. Tapatak nga Ilocano nga mangmanganti rabunggan sa loyot nga day ti lahok na nga intono nga bunchip.
Ano yan?
Sabi ko kanina, tinatanong nila sa akin kung ano ba yung mabuhay sa Ilocano. Sabi ko, agbyag. Agbyag. Ibig sabihin nun, agbyag mabuhay. Hindi agbayag.
Bayag. Walang
Kasi
bayag.
yung agbayag, matagal. Yung kasi Ilocano yun, agbayag ka, matagal ka naman. Ibig sabihin nun. Ngayon, kaplawak tayo amin nga kapalang Ilocano, titamyanan. Sabi nga nila, ano ba raw yung solid north? Eh wala naman ng solid north ngayon pag pinag-uusapan ay politika doon sa kabila.
Wala na.
Kasi sa Region 1, doon pa lamang sa probinsya natin sa Pangasinan, siya ang pinakamalaking probinsya sa buong Northern Luzon, if not all provinces north of Manila. At doon sa Pangasinan, doon naman tayo sa Pangasinan. Ganun din sa Laon dyan. Marami naman tayong mga kaibigan dyan na membro po ng PDP. At lalo-lalo na sa Ilocos. Alam naman na po natin yung sitwasyon dyan sa Ilocos. Andyan pa rin si Manong Chavit Singson. Pagdating naman sa Region 2, andito na ngayon ang bago nating presidente sa Region 2. At least nawala na po ng isang malaking problema sa Northern Luzon. At nandyan na si Attorney Jojo na kasama natin. Dating Vice Mayor ng Tuguegarao City at siyempre naging presidente ka ng Development Academy of the Philippines. Yun ang kailangan natin sa PDP. Yung kanilang damdamin, kaisipan, at ang ginagawa nila is more on development-oriented leaders. Na yun po ang direksyon ng PDP lamang. Na kailangan po ay magkaroon tayo ng mga pinuno ng partido para mas papalakas natin ang mga kasapi natin sa local at village leaders. Alam po ninyo, yung political system natin sa Pilipinas, tinatawag ko ito kumbaga sa telepono, nasa iCloud, yung mga partido. Political parties in the Philippines, except PDP Laban, wala silang pundasyon sa baba. Lahat nakadutang yung mga partido. Yung mga politiko na nandiyan, pwede silang magpapalit-palit, magpalipat-lipat, everyday kung gusto nila. But not in PDP Laban. We'll make sure that PDP Laban will be steadfast in inculcating to everybody's mind and heart that once you become a member of PDP Laban, starting now, this year, and towards 2020 and thereafter, that you remain to be a member of PDP Laban, that you are proud to be a member of PDP Laban. Party build-up, party system, and party strengthening is not measured by whether we are going to win the elections or not. We'll make sure that PDP Laban will know how to take care of its leaders and its members. We'll make sure that we are going to try our best to give our political opponents a good fight, and we'll make sure that our party members and party leaders will win in the elections. But if the outcome will not be as what we are trying to do and what we are thinking of, we may not end to be the victor, but we are not going to abandon you. We will continue to recognize you as the full-fledged, legitimate members of PDP Laban, and we are not just going to get somebody who won in that election, who in the first place did not become a member of PDP Laban, and would like only to become a member of PDP after winning the election. Hindi na po mangyayari ito nun. Medyo masama ang naging karanasan natin sa PDP. Noong 2016, nanalo si Tatay Digong, biglang lumobo yung partido, lumaki na lumaki yung partido.
Well, anyway, mga kadonatics. Yeah. Hanggang doon lang mga kadonatics. Maraming salamat. Sana magpatuloy yung Partido Federal ng Pilipinas, mga kadonatics. Kasi, Partido Federal. Partido Democratic ng Pilipinas. Anyway, comment down below at babasahin natin yan, mga kadonatics. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Alright? Kung hindi ka pa naka-join sa membership, baka naman. Thank you, and God bless you, mga kadonatics. Bye-bye.